Childhood anxiety, it is one of the most important mental health challenges of our time. And for most children, these feelings of fear, of worry won't last. But for some, will, especially for those children who don't get help. But we have lots of tools to teach our children. To teach our children that it will help them slowly overcome anxiety. And children need to learn these tools, that it will help them for the rest of their lives. We cannot be all the time with our children. For this reason, it is so important to teach them how to be in control of their minds, emotions, and worries. Before to share with you the ideas on how to help a child break anxiety, let's see what it is anxiety. Anxiety, it is a feeling of fear. Fear of the future, fear of the unknown. Anxiety is a feeling of fear, is a reaction, a natural reaction we all feel when we think or imagine threats or danger. Anxiety is not always a bad emotion. Actually, it is an emotion that we need to keep ourselves safe in the world. But sometimes anxiety can become overwhelming to the point that it affects the daily life of an adult or a child. As I said, in this video, I will share with you some ideas on how to help a child break the anxiety. So, let's see what are the things that a parent can do. The first thing that the parent can do is to find out what are the child thoughts and then work on them. Anxiety makes thoughts feel real. And for this reason, you, the parent, need to find out what are the child thoughts and then help the child to challenge the anxious thoughts. And you can do that by going with the child through the worst case scenario. To diminish anxiety and worry, it is a great idea to take a closer look at your worry. So, try these questions anytime your child feels anxious or worried about something. See what is the situation. Ask your child, what are you most afraid that it will happen? What it will be so bad if this will happen? Can you think of other bad things that might happen? And if the child fear will actually happen, what it will be so bad? What would you do about it? What percentage likelihood is that this will happen? Are you 100% sure that this will happen? Or 50% sure? What evidence do you have that this will happen in the future? Is there any evidence that this is not likely to happen? Did you have predicted this will happen before? And how many times did actually happen? And if did happen, ask the child, how did you cope with? How did you manage it? If it didn't happen, ask your child, what can you do to cope with? How can you handle this? Ask the child, did you felt anxious before about a similar situation? And if the answer it is yes, ask the child, how long the feeling last? Did the severity of the feeling change during the episode? If and when the event ended, how did you felt? Now, what do you need to make sure that what you are afraid of will not happen? Do you think that if you will prepare more, will your fear become true? Some children, when experience anxiety, experience physical symptoms also, and not just children, adults as well. Physical symptoms like increased heart rate, sweating, trembling, stomach pain, the urge to use toilet, the feeling of vomiting, headache, and many, many others. The physical feelings of fear can be very, very scary, believe me, especially if you are experiencing them and you don't know why. Now, how you can help a child who experience these physical symptoms? The first thing you can do is to help the child understand what causes the feeling. Teach the child that the mind and the body are connected, and our thoughts creates a feeling in our body, and our body is reacting. You can even show him or her by doing this exercise. Try this exercise only if the child tried lemons before. So ask the child to close his or her eyes and imagine a lemon. Then ask the child to imagine how he cuts the lemon in half. Then take one piece and imagine squeezing the lemon in his or her mouth. Then ask the child if she felt something, a sensation in his or her mouth or throat while doing this imaginary exercise. And then explain that if we have bad thoughts, we feel bad. If we have good thoughts, we feel good, calm, relaxed. Another idea is to teach the child a technique or more that helps him or her relax when she or he feels those physical symptoms, that the physical symptoms start. So teach the child breathing techniques to control his or her anxiety. Controlled breathings aim to reduce the symptoms of anxiety by regulating breathing. Controlled breathing involves breathing deeply into your lower abdomen. One technique is to breathe for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, and out for 8 counts. Another technique that it will help the child relax is to do some exercise to calm the body, to relax the body. Exercise aim to relax the muscle. You tense and relax each muscle group when you do exercise. So, ask the child to do some jumping jacks. If you have stairs, ask the child to run up and down for 5 minutes or just run around the house. The last idea is to help the child face his or her fears by taking small steps, baby steps. Work together with your child and create a plan on facing his or her fears. If possible, practice at home what the child is afraid of. If we don't face our fears, if children don't face their fears, then you need to know that the fear won't go away. And children need to know this also, that the anxiety will continue to grow bigger. Now, you, the parent, need to be patient and supportive. Do not give up on helping the child to face fears. In time, the child will feel less anxious and more confident. All the child needs is to keep using the ideas I just shared with you. I know lots of adults who struggle with anxiety. And if you are one of them, you can try these ideas too. These ideas work very well for everyone, kids, teens, and adults. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. Put these ideas into practice, be consistent, and you will see results.